Okay. Right, we ready?
Yeah, we are.
You need to put your video on though, don't you?
Yeah, I know. It's coming. Now, there was some concern as to whether or not people would take this draft seriously. Got my draft day suit on. I'm disappointed to see that no one else has. Obviously, you didn't get the memo.
And his response is like...
Well, welcome to the all-time NBA draft. We will be drafting point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, centre. The only stipulation is they must be retired. It doesn't matter if they're dead. They can come back from the dead and compete. So, happy with the rules, fellas? Happy with the draw?
Well, yeah.
Yep, all good.
Happy with that suit you're wearing as well.
Thank you. It's only waist high. I won't stand up. I don't know how long it'll last. It's hot in here. All right, I'll do it in a minute. So, the point guard draft is up first. We've already had a trade. So, Mike, you had the first pick. You have traded with Josh for your second pick in the, was it power forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, the number 2 for the power forward.
So we'll just pick swap in those rounds.
Pick swapping those.
You're gonna have to tell me what picks I've got now because I can't remember.
So you've now got the 5th pick.
Okay.
No, you haven't. You've got the 3rd pick in the point guard. Not too bad.
Okay.
And obviously now you've got the 2nd pick in the power forward.
I will update my depth chart accordingly.
Oh, it's good stuff. See, someone's taking it seriously.
I'll take it seriously. I just got it off the top of my head, you know.
I don't need a depth chart. I'm an encyclopedia.
Yes, Ginger Jack. Yes.
Didn't you say in the chat earlier you had 1 page? That sounds like a really poor encyclopedia.
To be fair, I've got really small handwriting.
Touche.
Ginger Shacklopedia.
We're picking 5 players, Mike. It's not a full roster. We're safe.
Respect, Mike. Respect. These things have got to be taken seriously.
Hey, Mike is calling it out. Oh, he's got some validity what he's saying. I mean, look.
Right, I'll start the clock on the point of Josh. Then you've got 2 first round pick, point guard pick. You've got a minute to pick your guard. Josh.
Well, you know, there were so many choices I could have chosen from, but you know what? You got to go with the point guard that saved the game, as the late, great David Stern would say. So I'm going to have to go with my man, Magic Johnson.
So there we are. That was the first pick of the draft. That's quick, wasn't it?
You were expecting longer for that one.
I'm going to have to cross that out now. All right. I was hoping he'd fall a bit lower in the draft. You never know. Recency bias and all that. All right, here we go. So next up on the draft ads, my man, you have the 2nd pick. Off you go. Point guard.
The answer is the answer I am giving.
Now, is there any queries on this one? Because he obviously played a lot of his career at shooting guard.
Well, you could say he's a point guard. I mean, he's a combo at the end of the day, isn't it? Combo can be either.
I'll accept it. Like that's who I was going for.
So I've got one in the back pocket that I'm waiting for.
We're accepting Allen Iverson as a point guard.
Paps, can I just say something? Only a guy with a level 2 that went to like Peterborough for a weekend would be like, no, I would say that he was a shooting guard, not a point guard. So he was a combo.
All right, don't shoot the messenger. Just played a lot of his career at 2.
He's feeling it today. He's got his hood up and he's coming at you.
He is, isn't he? Angry. It's complete opposite.
2 number 1 pick pride.
Man in a suit. Come on now. Who you going to listen to, eh?
Love it. All right, I'll take the hoodie off. It's a bit inappropriate. You're right, yeah. A bit more casual with my bird's nest on top of my head.
So the 2nd pick is done and in the books. 3rd pick goes to Mike.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want the number 1 pick. I'm going to throw a curveball here, and I'm going to take Jason Kidd.
Mike, I can see that. Oh, he's on my list.
Yeah, but I bet he wasn't as high as 3.
No, but I'm 4th.
The great point you can make with that pick, you can just say this. When he went to New Jersey Nets, he turned them from zeros to heroes, basically.
Yeah, if you can lead a team that has Todd McCulloch starting for you to the NBA
and Brian
Finals.
Scalabrine.
Did he? Was he MVP as well, wasn't he, once?
Yep.
Joint Rookie of the Year honours as well.
Joint Rookie of the Year honours. Don't think it was MVP.
Was he not? I know he was in the running for it. That
Oh yeah, definitely in the running for it.
Yeah.
But I've got a feeling that would have been Shaq only got one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to say
I need my
yes.
screen to load so I can tell you.
No, I don't think he
I
was
don't
an
think he got an
MVP.
MVP,
No, but he was an NBA champion in 2011 with the Mavericks.
and
So-
still was starting in the league at 39. So
Yeah.
that's cool. He was not an MVP. 10-time All-Star, 5-time assist champ, NBA champ, 6-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive, joint Rookie of the Year. I'll
That's
take it.
right, because Duncan won the MVP in 2002 before they got beat by the Lakers in 5 games.
Sounds about right.
Duncan was
So he didn't win an
that year.
MVP, but I'm still taking him at the third
Oh,
pick.
yeah, good pick. Good for me because I thought my pick. I'm next on the. I'm fourth on the pick, and I thought this guy. I don't know. He's a historical player.
John
I'll go
Paxson,
that
probably.
first of all. He's even older than that, my man. He's indeed. He's got it. Mike Miller there has got it. It's the big O, Mr. Oscar Robertson.
Oh,
Uh,
great shout. First ever triple-double.
exactly what I was going to say. First ever triple double. Did he only end up with one championship in the end?
Yeah, with Milwaukee, wasn't it? With
I think it was with
teamed up with
Kareem.
Kareem, or rather, Kareem teamed up with him.
So
But,
that's my pick. Dean, my man, you're fifth. Let's see who's dropped for you. Who's dropped through the cracks?
So, to be
DJ
fair,
Armstrong.
you've said the ones I expected. So I had to kind of rejig because I definitely read it wrong. I thought it was third.
Randy Brown.
So I'm going to go for
Keith
BJ.
Curry.
No, I'm joking.
BJ Armstrong.
Going to go for
where's he on your piece of paper?
gonna go for Steve Nash.
Steve
Hey.
Nash.
Great shout.
Yeah.
I had to let in my head work out. He's definitely retired. He's definitely retired. He's not going to appear out of nowhere.
I mean, he still works out. He's like the Julio Polite of the NBA. He still goes and just works out and basically makes all the current players look really bad. So
I reckon if he gets the chance, he'll just like suit up and play for Canada in the next Olympics just for a crack.
He probably could as well. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Though.
isn't he their special advisor or something?
Probably.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he's heavily involved. He's RJ Barrett's godfather as well.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
See, now I thought, but the way that the draft was set originally, Mike had the first pick, Josh was third. I was sure Josh was going to take Isaiah Thomas because I know he's a bit of a piston head.
I'm a Magic / Piston head, but you know, I'm sorry.
You like the bad boys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bad boy, you know. But the fact is, like, you cannot pass on Magic Johnson for number one. You just can't. Like, that's blasphemy, you know, as the great Stephen A would say.
Big guards we didn't get there. I on my list I had Peyton and Penny Hardaway as a kind of what if. But
yeah.
Any different ones on the list there?
Stockton made my top 5. I thought he was going to go.
Of course,
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else with a different one?
I mean, you could argue for current day, he doesn't match any of the ones we've picked, but you could say Chris Paul, but I mean, he's a very polarizing player because he has so many conflicts with the teams he plays on, but you cannot deny that Chris Paul is a great point guard, though.
Mm.
Oh, no, yeah, he's top 10 all time.
Yeah. It just
hands down.
pisses everybody off, that's all.
And then if you're including current, then Steph.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I don't even know why I put
Yeah.
Paul before him, but yeah.
I didn't know how far back you guys would go because I had Bob Cousy on my list.
Oh, yeah, no, that goes further back than my hairline, so no.
He was
Mine's soon to be as
he
well,
was-
don't worry.
he was that generation's greatest. Do you know what I mean? He was that generation's Michael Jordan, if you like.
Have you seen NBA's 100 greatest plays with Bob Cousy's talking about behind the back pass? Like, the first time I did it, everyone said, gosh, you must have been practicing that. I'd never done it before, sir. Honest to God. Like,
I just love him in blue chips when he shoots free throws left and
Oh, yeah.
right-handed and doesn't miss. Absolutely brilliant. Right, we'll move on. So we'll go shooting guard next, which was a very disappointing draw.
no, it wasn't.
But you were very humble, weren't you? You were very humble in your acceptance of the number one draft.
Okay. How long do I have to make this decision, by the way? A minute?
You have 3 seconds, starting
Alright.
from.
No, you give me a minute. Give me a minute, please. Like, all right.
You haven't got to talk for a minute. Go on, I've
So-
pressed it.
So first of all, if I'm not Newcastle, I'm probably thinking that I can't be that. Yeah, I was just going to do a British accent for every single one, but yeah, this is a no-brainer. I feel like if I didn't pick the greatest player of all time for this, you would have so many people on Twitter just come after me like, "Oh, you don't know basketball. Like, how can you pick that person? Michael Jordan's the greatest." So you have to pick Michael Jordan as the greatest shooting guard.
You might want to wind them up. You could pick someone else. I got the second pick, so.
No, because then like I'll have like Adam. What the hell is that?
It's that.
All right, Ginger Shack. I like that. That's better. Adams. Who's number 75 for the Bulls?
No, that's the issue number of the toy.
Right. So Toy Story. It's going to come to life. Yeah, Michael Jordan. I've got Magic at point, Michael at 2. They never played with each other, even in the Dream Team documentary where they said they wanted to go at each other. But I'm sure if they did play with each other, Magic would reciprocate his game around Michael Jordan because they absolutely love each other at the end of the day.
So Josh is taking Nick Anderson. That's done.
Were they not really close to having a pay-per-view event in Vegas? Magic versus Jordan.
Yes.
A one-on-one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Larry Bird was involved with one as well one year. And
Remember Larry Bird being involved?
Shaq and Olajuwon. Did actually Shaq and Olajuwon do one?
Shaq and Olajuwon didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Have you guys ever seen that thing on YouTube where Jordan plays 2-on-1 against? It's something ridiculous like Charlie Sheen and
it is. It's Charlie Sheen's dad as well.
Emilio Estevez.
Charlie Sheen, Martin Sheen.
Yeah. It's those.
They actually beat him, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
Tiger Blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, second pick goes to me. I won't even start the clock. I'm going to take MJ's carbon copy, Kobe Bryant.
God rest his soul. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely. I don't think. Well, there's plenty of other names there. I'm not going to mention them now because it might give you guys ideas. So, third pick goes to D.
Sound like a school kid, like.
I look like one as well. With a beard.
Okay, so my shooting guard is kind of changed like 3 or 4 times. It's not, no. So, I mean, obviously, we're talking positionally, so I can't have Joakim Noah because he did play 1 game at shooting guard.
Not Scott Burrell. It's not going to be Scott Burrell, is it?
No. So I'm going to go for Jesus Shuttleworth, Ray Allen.
Hey, shooter. Like that.
2 shooters so far.
Mm.
So there we are. MJ, Kobe, Ray Allen off the books. Mike, you're next up.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 6'8" guy, the big sleep, T-Mac.
Oh.
Kobe always said that was his toughest adversary, wasn't it?
And arguably, although it was a lot shorter, T-Mac's peak was higher than Kobe's in terms of individual output.
2001, 2002, that was his best season, wasn't it?
And they always say as well that how good T-Mac would be now because of the game he had. Like,
yeah.
He was big from 3. He's phenomenal.
Was it 13 points in 8 seconds?
Against the Rockets. No, against the Spurs. He was playing for the Rockets. Yeah, I remember that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the first videos I watched, like, and I was just stood there like, how? How? It's amazing.
Pick 5 then, Ads, my man. Shooting guard. You can't have Allen Iverson again.
But you can have Eric Snow, though. That's a good. That would work.
Is he on a cigar? Is that actually a cigar? Oh, it's not. That's this. I thought it was a real cigar.
If you're wearing a suit, then I'm vaping. But I wish it was a cigar. Okay, my shooting guard has been taken. Jesus Shuttleworth is now gone. So I'm torn between 3, and I'm going to whittle it down to 2. And it is at the moment between Pete Maravich and Reggie.
Ooh.
I'll go Reggie.
I think I'm going to go with Reggie. It just for I was about to go for this reason.
Yep.
I love Pete Maravich. Huge fan of Pete Maravich, but I'm gonna go with Reggie just because, you know, trash talk, that hates the Knicks. What's not to love about Reggie?
You're going to upset Mark Littlewood if you say bad things about the Knicks.
I know. Yeah, Reggie it is.
So there we are. So at shooting guard, Josh took MJ. I took Kobe. Dean, you have Ray Allen. Mike has got T-Mac. And Ed Ads has got Reginald Miller. Cheryl. He hated that, didn't he? Cheryl chanted at him constantly. That's the sort of thing I would have done as a fan. I used to chant Yorick, Yorick's first name at Yorick over and over and over again when he played against the Bears, and he hated it.
You did.
I had the crowd doing it. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell him.
It was just him on his own.
You started it.
it was just me standing there. But we used to just chant it over and over again, especially when it was at the free throw line. It was brilliant. He hated it, and then he came to the Bears and he was amazing. Anyway, we'll move on. Small forward. So we haven't had any changes to small forward. There's no more little trades going on. Is there in the background right now? Just checking.
No, nothing dodgy. No.
I don't mind trading in this round if someone wants to make me an offer. I
What
can
number am I
drop
again?
lower. I'm the second pick. No, actually, I'll keep it. You guys can swing.
Am I like fifth?
You are fourth. I am fifth. I should have
right.
put more thought into this one. They're all going to go off my board. Right. I'm interested to see who this one's going to be first. It's Dean, my man. You are up for the first pick in the small forwards. What you got?
Very simple. Larry Bird.
One of the greatest players of all time.
I mean, it was obviously in my head. I was like, pick Scotty, pick Scotty, pick Scotty, pick Scotty, pick
I'm
Scotty.
surprised you didn't.
And then I was like, no, Dean, first pick. Swallow the bias. Larry Bird.
It's hard. I mean, I'm guessing we all kind of had Larry as the first pick. I don't know. Maybe not. I certainly did. But, yeah, classic player. But particularly enjoyed how he's referred to in Space Jam as not being white, as being clear.
I mean, he's arguably the best small forward that's retired. I think that would change, obviously, once Mr. LeBron James retires.
That was the kicker with this round, wasn't it?
Yeah. Is it if you're talking retired, then you know.
So you
best.
pick Larry, but oh look, Woj bomb. LeBron has retired, so I get to pick him.
Would that be good? COVID forced him to retire. Right. Mike, my man, you are up next.
So I'm going to take Scottie Pippen. He came in fourth on my list, but I'm taking him with the second pick.
Really?
You've just done that to spite me.
Maybe.
So Scottie Pippen,
Fine.
one of the best defensive players ever to play, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird category, this, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's not easy, is it? Let's see what Ads goes for. Ads, you got the third pick, my man.
My small forward, because Bird and Pippen have gone, and I may have said just to show him some love, because nobody else ever does in things like this. It's going to be Dominique.
Ah, yeah.
And
I'm honest.
the reason for that, I mean, you could. Some people sort of say Dominique's a power forward as well, just because he was such a powerful player. But he's a small forward.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest scorers of all time. His nickname says it all, the human highlight film. When they did the top 50 list in the 90s and he didn't make the cut, the first guy that everybody defended, I'm talking Jordan, Magic, Bird, all the greats, said, where's Dominique Wilkins on this list? He's the one that, when they talk about that, remember the greatest 50 players of all time that they did at the All-Star game, the first name off everyone's lips in terms of why isn't he on there was Dominique Wilkins. And although he never won a championship, he still represented the United States in '94. Wasn't a complete outsider for Dream Team 1. If you read a lot of the books, he was sort of, in they call it the Sweet 16 when they were picking who was going. And for that reason, he's one of my favourite players of all time. So I'm sticking with it, and I'm not. I feel I don't have to defend myself in this choice, but Dominique is my choice.
Some great battles as well with Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. There's some amazing highlight clips still available on YouTube where those guys just literally go at each other.
If you look at, I mean, if you look at, they do the playoff games. There's the Dominic Wilkins and Larry Bird rivalry, but then look at the Jordan video in the playground one. There's a section in that where Jordan goes as far as say that he raises his game when he's playing against Dominic Wilkins, because at the time they were probably the two most spectacular players in the league together against each other.
Absolutely. So Nick is off the board. Josh, my man, you're in at number 4.
All right, I know you guys are going to probably debate me on this one, judging his position, but I'm going to explain because he was a dominant player for 2 teams in 2 different eras. He started as a small forward and then swiftly moved in as a power forward when he changed teams. So I've already got the greatest point guard, arguably, of all time. I've got arguably the greatest player of all time. Now I need the greatest rebounder and greatest defensive player. So my small forward will be Detroit Piston days, Dennis Rodman.
Are we happy with that?
You better be
happy with that because he's Should we have a vote on that? Yeah. No?
Yeah, fine. You can have a vote on it if you want.
All those in favour of Mr. Rodman as a small forward.
In his Pistons days.
Well, he might be in his Pistons days, but you might not want him.
I'm fine with that.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll
That's
take
2. Only need 1 more to swing the vote.
Dean?
Oh, come on, Shaq.
Well,
Go
then.
impossible. Yeah, good man. That's better.
That's fine.
Because think about it. Their the first championship, they moved, they moved Mark Aguirre to the bench and put Rodman as a small forward. James Edwards and Bill Van Beard playing in tandem 4 and 5. He used to run the break, guard Scottie Pippen, guard Michael Jordan. When he went to the Bulls, that's when he became a bit heftier, and he was guarding players like Shaquille O'Neal and backup power forwards and centers. He wasn't guarding those quicker shooting guards, small forwards when he was at the Bulls. He did that when he was younger and more athletic. So, Rodman in his Piston days. I've won this, man. My 5 is going to kill everyone.
Especially with a power forward to this small forward. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I would have voted no for that. I'll just let you know that now.
Oh, man. No one beating my 5. I'd say I've got NBA champions.
To be fair, I'd have only voted no out of spite because I wanted Dennis Rodman. That's literally it.
Change your vote then.
No, man of my word.
To be fair,
Man of my word.
The deciding vote would have gone to Josh anyway, wouldn't it?
It's not a conflict of interest, you know.
So that leaves me with the 5th and final pick in the small forward category, and I'm just consulting my little list here. I thought about Bernard King.
Josh.
I thought about Dr. J.
Yeah, how's no one mentioned Dr. J?
I thought about Dr. J. I'm considering it massively, but I'm leaning towards, and this is going back again. I feel really old. Not that I was around at this time, obviously, but John Havlicek has an extensive career, particularly in the NBA Finals, all those wins. The commentary clip, Havlicek stole the ball, is just one of those things. So, I don't know. It's Dr. J or Havlicek. But then Dr. J, of course, just changed the game.
I think there's a clear winner out of those 2.
I mean, he's a doctor.
I'll go Dr. J.
Pablo, you need to clip that part and just put it to Twitter where he's like, he's a doctor, that's why. That is brilliant, Dean. He's got a PhD, all right?
Anybody else got any other small forwards on there we haven't mentioned?
Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, I got Baylor.
Yeah.
James Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't even think of James Worthy. I had Bernard King before James Worthy.
He was going to be my backup if you all decided to go against me and say, oh, no, you can't pick Rodman. So.
Oh, you can't pick Rodman. I've changed my mind.
You guys like Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce? Well, Daz isn't here. Daz would have had Paul Pierce first in the first pick. Celtics boy, wouldn't he?
Have you seen Niall Gray's display pitch on Twitter? He's doing an interview with Paul Pierce. It's quite cool, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just holding his phone like that. You know?
Cool. That's a good story. Right. Power forwards. Power forwards. We're motoring through this, fellas. Power forwards. Right. Ads, my man, you have the first pick for the power forwards. I would have thought you were going to take Dennis Rodman, but you voted yes to small forward, so it's your own fault if you did.
No. What? As soon as I got the first pick for the power forward, I knew who I was going to pick straight away. And it's simple for me, and that is Sir Charles Barkley.
He's got a knighthood, hasn't he? He's above a doctor. He's got a knighthood.
Thank you. Because, I mean, you think about the power forward as a position, and Charles Barkley is what, 6'4", 6'5", and there's times in his career where Charles Barkley looked out and out fat. You know what I mean? But he still got up and down that court the way he did. You know, he was afraid of no man. I mean, I love the. Remember when him and Shaq went at it? When he played
Rockets days.
Rockets. You know, but for a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", to go against Shaquille O'Neal at that point in his career, you know, in terms of let's not only get into it with each other under the basket, but let's fight also, you know. And Charles, I mean, he split opinion so much back during his career. You know, you either loved him or hated him. I always loved him, and I've so much respect for him as a human being as well. I think he's become. I know this has nothing to do with what we're doing now, but I think he's one of the best analysts.
I think you like him more as an analyst than as a player.
Well, he's a great analyst. He's an amazing analyst, and I like the fact that he says what he's thinking and doesn't worry about it. You know, anybody that's willing to piss off Michael Jordan, you know, ahead of friendship is the man for me.
So Charles is off the board. So we had a trade around here, didn't we? So Mike,
yeah. So I've
jump into
this
the
pick,
second
and
pick.
I was not expecting Barkley to go with the first pick, so now I'm left in a bit of a quandary.
Oh,
Not because I was going to pick Barkley.
I did wonder if I'd curveball anyone here, because everyone would be like, oh, yeah, Barkley's a good one to have on the list. He won't go first.
You're now.
You've dropped to fifth, man.
Oh.
So, man. So I'm trying not to give names away. I thought it was an absolute lock who was going number one, and they haven't gone number one.
Hey, same here.
Yeah.
And now I'm debating whether to go with them or my number two choice, who I've got in my list, because I think that the person I've got at number two, although he had less of a successful career, is a much more versatile player on both ends of the floor. You know what? I'll stick with it. I went with it first. It's going to be shocking that the guy I thought was a lock is going to slide to at least third, but I'm going to take Kevin Garnett.
I thought you would.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I did not think that the guy who's now at least going third, I think lock to go one. I can't believe that. I can't believe I haven't taken him. Sorry.
Who'd you pick, sorry?
Kevin Garnett.
KG.
Oh, KG. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay.
So the third pick goes to me, and I would like to select for the third pick of the all-time NBA draft, Mr. Tim Duncan.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's fallen to third.
I honestly, he's on my list, but because I'm so far down, I'm thinking I'm not going to get him. Let's drag up Bob Pettit. Let's get him in.
I was just thinking about Bob Pettit. 100 greatest plays. One thing I love was rebounding because it was really rough.
There's like 10 people standing under the basket. Right. So next up is Dean, my man. Fire away.
So it's not gone how I expected. Mike actually picked who I was going to go for, because I had absolutely no intention of KG being a top 3 pick. So I'm going to have to go for, I'm between, I'm going to go for Dirk.
Ooh.
That's a good shout.
Yeah. I had 3. And yeah, ironically, Dirk was the third one out of them three. So yeah.
Good stuff. Good choice. Dirk Nowitzki off the board. Josh, my man.
I cannot believe that none of you have picked. Now I'm stuck between two power forwards right now.
I know who you're going to say.
Is one of them
now.
white? Is one of them white?
One of them is white, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Go on.
I've got stuck between Kevin McHale and Karl Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing is, I've got the greatest point guard. Okay, he's going to play high tempo, fast, time basketball. I've got the greatest player in Michael Jordan. I've got the best defender / rebounder. But the thing is, with my style of play, okay, adds, you're right. But the reason I'm picking Malone over Kevin McHale is because Karl Malone is just simply, not only is he a great scorer, a great rebounder, a great defender, he just works so hard. And if he doesn't get injured, that stupid toe injury in 2004, he would have helped the Lakers stay together and they would have won that championship in 2004. I've got to pick someone who's willing to work hard, and Michael Jordan will probably try and push him, but he won't need to because Karl Malone is a hunter. He's a tough guy himself. I'm telling you, already my four. I could even have 4 players, just that 4, and I could beat any of your 5.
Stats-wise,
you're so arrogant.
Stats-wise, Karl Malone's stats are insane.
Oh, he's amazing. Is he still the highest scorer or second highest?
Second highest.
Yeah.
Second highest, yeah.
No one's touching Kareem for a while.
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
But it's kind of easy to
takes
become.
like half an. The trouble with Malone, though, Josh, is he takes like half an hour to shoot a free throw.
Oh, there's a little meditation, and he does just the wrist, not the actual follow-through. Yeah.
Takes half an hour to post up. Trouble is, Josh has already got the man who strips it off him in post ups.
Yeah, that's true. And on top of that, if he misses the free throw, I've got Dennis Rodman to get the rebound. So.
Who did you pick as the small forward?
Dennis Rodman.
Rodman. Yeah. Who on your team's going to shoot a 3?
Magic Johnson.
You're going to get a load of offensive rebounds, then you're going to have 14 seconds, not 24, to work it back into a play again.
Well, we got to decide what era we're
We're
playing.
not putbacks.
Look, I'm just going to say what Doug Collins right now. Get the ball to
Your
play
90 points is
get
going to
that-
be great against my 110.
Mike's done the work. Right.
Hey, Chicago Bulls game 1, 1992. Jordan hit 6 threes in the first half. There, I've answered the question, right?
Excellent. So for one half of a game, you're going to hit some threes.
And then just defend the rest of it. Be all right.
Yeah.
Just
Do you know what? We should take it right back where there's no shot clock and you just, you go 2-0 up and you're just going to sit there.
Just hold it.
Just hold it. No one's getting it off those Karl Malone biceps other than the man you've got. So it's good.
Oh,
So the
brilliant.
power forward draft, Charles Barkley went first, KG went second, Tim Duncan went
Believe you dropped
third. Dirk Nowitzki, 4th, Karl Malone, 5th. I had Kevin McHale on my list, as Josh just said. There's anybody else we're not mentioning in this sense?
Sean Kemp.
Sean
That's
Kemp.
not a bad shout. Peak Sean Kemp, not lockout Sean Kemp, obviously. I think someone else who doesn't get enough love is Chris Webber.
I was just going to say C-Web.
That like early 2000s Western Conference power forward slot, that's just mad. Webber, and then KG, Timmy, Dirk.
Chris Bosh.
Bosh, yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
Bosh, forced into early retirement.
Was it kidney problem he had?
Mm-hmm. Was it kidney or blood clots or something in
I
his
think it
leg?
was blood clot and heart issue, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was through his liver, I think.
Oh, blimey.
Where's Dr. J?
Yeah. Bring in
Adam,
the doctor.
we've all said an organ. Do you want to say another one now, Adam? Yeah. Pancreas or something?
Anybody have Willis Reed?
One guy that
Fair enough.
another guy that never seems to have a look in on stuff like this, and none of us have mentioned yet, is Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's another what if, isn't it, really?
5 minutes of fame.
Totally.
It's a what if. Is it in
Similar
the same,
to Penny.
same kind of boat?
Penny
as
would have been up if he'd have had a longer injury-free
Penny.
period.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, which leads us to the final position, the centre position. I have the first pick in the centre position.
Darko Milicic.
And I'm going to, It was the Brazilian guy who never actually came to the NBA, but they reckon he was the best of all time.
Oscar
Oscar
Roberts.
Schmidt.
Schmidt,
Not
that's
Oscar
it.
Roberts,
Oscar
Oscar
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Yeah. Anyway, no, not him.
What did Charles Barkley say at the Olympics when they said, "Have you heard of Oscar Schmidt?" What did he say? I don't give a fuck who Oscar Schmidt is.
He couldn't say Kukoc.
There's so many
Yeah.
names he can't say.
I love him. Brilliant. Right, first pick, I'm taking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who I think, and I've talked with Vince McCauley about this as well, is massively underrated and understated through the kind of footnotes and history of the NBA. The stats he has, the longevity he had, the number of MVPs he got, the finals MVPs, which 2 of which were split by 14 years, I believe. Is that right? I think they won. It was a massive distance of time between them, and he was just phenomenal. And when they talk a lot about, as they have done more recently, MJ and LeBron, which one's the best, I don't think he gets enough kind of in that. He's kind of a Mount Rushmore player, and I don't think anyone can kind of dislodge him from that, from what he did. But they used to say, particularly about Kareem, and the fact that he was a bit standoffish in terms of friendship and media and that kind of thing, didn't really buy into it all, was that no man is an island, but Kareem had a go. They used to say that about him. So maybe that's why he's not talked about as much. He doesn't put himself out there. But he also coached a number of BBL players that we have seen, Randy Duck, Sterling Davis, Albert White, for a minor league team in America, which wiped the floor with everybody, with him as coach. I'd like to get some footage of that stuff, because that would have been fun to watch.
There's a great book called The Clippers Curse by Mick Minnis. And in it talks about, because Kareem was an advisor for a bit for them, and they asked, you talked about British players, so they asked Michael Olowokandi if he'd work out with Kareem, and he was like, "Nah, I'm all right, mate."
What?
Imagine that. Yeah, they wanted him to work out on footwork and movement with Kareem, and he was like, "Nah, I'm okay, I'm good."
That's mad.
That was very bad, yeah.
The stuff you read now about players working out with a larger one, they're bringing a larger one in. He's like another level of that. Why would you not want to do that?
I think he's like severely underrated. A lot of it's to do with the timing, because the NBA exploded after his prime, essentially, and it's just like the way that the center throughout. It's weird that we're doing this on centers as well, but like throughout the game and the evolution of basketball, the one position that's constantly been derailed and reduced from significance as a role is the center. Every single rule change is about getting the ball off the big man, make it more inclusive to shorter players, from my perspective anyway. And I think that's another reason why everyone sort of gravitates to the smaller players.
It certainly seems like he's had a bit of a hard deal of it, looking back through history and looking how you look at the game now and how it's played. Like you say, it's played completely differently now. It's just kind of over.
There's actually as Mike was saying, there's a really good documentary on Kareem. It's on Sky at the minute, called Minority of One. I watched it, and especially in the current times, it's a fascinating documentary about, as you were kind of saying, just him kind of literally not really being a basketball player or being a teammate. He was just kind of, a lot of people give Michael Jordan discredit for, his approach to certain things, but Kareem kind of done that, but in his own way, in terms of just deciding that playing basketball was his way of making money, but it wasn't his passion really. And I think that again, like Mike was saying, is a lot of the reason why, when you talk about the greatest full time, there's certain players you should be talking about. And Kareem, as we've said, nobody's going to catch him in terms of points, and numerous others, and some of the things that he's done. But you're still going to kind of always, he's just there. Like, oh yeah, Kareem, yeah, oh yeah.
People
But
forget
then it's never really
people
like.
go through their fives and it's Shaq and it's the maybe more modern era of the centre, Olajuwon and things like that, and then it just seems to get forgotten. But there's a lot of names left to be taken. Dean, my man, you're up next.
I mean, it's simple. Joking? No, it's not joking. No. So, Bill Wellington. No, it's not Bill. It's
That'd have been better. Keep going. You can do more. Keep going.
I'd love to. It's
Dickie Simpkins.
wait, that's not an think no. Andre Drummond. No, it's Shaquille O'Neal. It's got to be straight up, 100%.
It's taking the diesel, drinking the diesel. Right.
I've got
Big Shaq. Again, that's another thing Mike was saying about in terms of rule changes to take it away. They changed the rules of the game around Shaq and the way he just bullied his way to the basket.
And the backboard regulations too.
Breakaway rims.
You-
Mike, my man.
Have you guys seen that the picture that Shaq put on his Instagram this week?
Yes.
Wall of broken backboard. The tree of
tree,
broken backboards.
Mm.
amazing.
It's
I love it.
incredible.
It's awesome.
Oh, he's a doctor as well, isn't he?
Yes.
We got Dr. Shaq and Dr. J.
He's also a sheriff as well.
Yeah, he is.
What?
Yeah, he's a sheriff.
He's a sheriff.
There's a great video of him, like people rolling up in a squad car, and he just jumps out the back, and they play on the street with some kids, and it's just amazing because it's just
That's
like a residential road with a hoop outside, and it's just he's like shoving people out the way, kids. Just it's amazing.
He's up there with my top favourites celebrity sheriffs. Him and Steven Seagal.
It was always my favourite episode of Cribs with
Doesn't he
Shaq.
give all the kids $100 as well?
Something like that. Yeah.
I loved his oversized desk. He wanted to feel small, and his office had desk. His desk was enormous. His chair was enormous. And his stapler was like giant because he wanted to feel small. Brilliant. Mike, my man, fire away.
So again, like the two guys who I was debating between, who I thought one of them would be left. They're both left on the board, and I tried to get some of you with a Facebook video earlier, trying
I saw that.
to pique your interest. So it comes down to two guys for me. I'm probably going to go for the one you wouldn't think out of the two, who's responsible for the most of the rule changes in NBA history. I want to say, widen the lane, can't inbound over the backboard. In fact, the way we take a free throw, I love this. The way we take a free throw is because of this guy. Because whilst he was still in high school, the rumors of him being able to dunk from the free throw line scared the crap out of the NCAA and the NBA so much they said you can't cross that line. Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
If you look at the YouTube videos, he would dominate in today's league, even though they've minimalised the role of the centre.
He didn't like winning, though. He didn't like winning.
Look at what he did. He was with that LA team. You ask him to do a job, he did it. Score points. Name it.
I like the pick. He's got amazing stats and that, but I'd have someone in front of him, someone of the same era.
Yeah, no, I would too in general, but not now. Like, not in this specific moment. I'm not taking him. I'm taking Wilt. The guy was quick, one of the quickest guys in the league at 7 foot.
He's a big boy.
He had a good little jump hook shot as well. He could do it from the free throw line. That was the funny part. Whereas like Magic had the sky hook. He had that like beautiful little one. It's like a one-handed shot in the air. It was just beautiful follow through.
So Josh has gone with Rodman and Karl Malone to leak out and run the floor for fast breaks. And they're going to have the stilt flying down after him. A guy who used to give his teammates a head start on full court sprints. He used to start at the free throw line and he'd still beat them. This guy's rapid.
Wilt's off the board. So Kareem, Shaq and Wilt have gone. Ads, my man, you are up next.
I mean, the centres are actually, for me, one of the most difficult ones because there's so many great centres throughout NBA history. And I mean, it's only in recent years that the centre positions become a bit unfashionable in the NBA. But the legend that I'm going with, and I'm surprised that he's still here, so I'm going to go with him. He'd probably have been in my top two, actually. There's only one guy that I'm going to choose now, and that is no less than the great Luke Longley.
Oh,
What?
I'm kidding. No.
I was about to write it down. It was nearly in ink.
That's Perhaps can we clip that part as well? Because I want to see all of our reactions. Because I'm waiting to see if he's picked my one. I was like, Luke
Right.
Longley?
Do you want to know something funny, right? Did you guys all see my Chicago Bulls shirts that I did, the Jordan, like the one I've
The one
got on
you
now?
got on
One you're
now.
wearing,
Yeah,
yeah.
The original prototype, and there is only one of these, actually had Longley on it. And I just thought, it just doesn't look cool. And how can you have Longley and not Kukoc, which is why I ditched Longley and put Kukoc on there instead. But no, that's by the by. Bill Russell
Good man.
is my
That's a good shout. Another guy that could run the transition very, very well as well.
Mhm.
Good
I mean,
passer, good
for
rebound.
me, you can't argue with 11 rings. You know what I mean? The guy is just unbelievable. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go earlier, but yeah, I'm going with Bill Russell.
So Bill Russell is gone. Josh, my man, you have the last pick.
So Kareem, rightfully so, went number one. I agree with that 100%. Ginger Shack, you took the lesser cooler Shack because you're the cooler Shack. And then Wilt Chamberlain, that really hurt me a lot because I was really liking my running gun transition team, and then I was hoping Bill Russell would be available, but you fooled us out with the Luke Longley April Fools. So I guess I'm going to have to take the only center that went and embarrassed an MVP in a conference finals.
The Chief.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is Hakeem destroying Robinson.
Yes.
then
Dream
also
is my
destroying Shaq.
center. And Dream embarrasses MVPs. That's what he does.
So,
But the problem is, he
Go on.
did. No, that's Robinson. I was just thinking. I thought Dave Robinson would get along with Rodman, but Hakeem gets along with everybody. And he lives in the UK right now. He's living in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I understand. Yeah.
Mm.
Anybody got anybody different on their list that's not in the 5?
I stopped at 5 on this one.
Yeah.
My other lists were longer, but this one I was like, no one's picking outside those.
No one had George Mikan then.
I've got a George Mikan jersey.
Have you?
Mm.
Mr. Basketball. He's not even talked about anymore. It's amazing, isn't it?
It was like the 50s, wasn't it? Or 60s, like. I mean, when
No,
you're
but
like
It's been
7 foot
earlier
1,
than that.
well, when you're like 7 foot 1 and everyone else is 6'2", of course you're going to dominate, aren't you? Like,
In back when the Lakers played where there were lakes.
yeah, exactly. when they were called the Minneapolis Lakers Timberwolves or whatever it was, like, you know.
Right, let's go through it all then. So first, in fact, I'll do it player by player. So Mike, you had the first pick. You gave it to Josh. So Josh, point guard, Magic Johnson. Solid choice, obviously. Then you had the first round pick in the shooting guards. You took MJ. Unbelievable. Small forwards. You were fourth in that one. You took Dennis Rodman as a small forward. Can't believe
From his Piston. Can you? I tell us,
Can't believe we let him do
days.
that. Can't believe
Days,
we let him do that. Unbelievable. Karl Malone at power forward, and your centre was Hakeem Olajuwon.
I've won.
Who's probably also their best 3-point shooter.
Probably, yeah. With that, more
Dean,
like obviously. You know?
Dean, you took Steve Nash as your point guard. You took Ray Allen as your shooting guard. First pick in the small forward, you took Larry Bird. Power forward, you took Dirk Nowitzki, and your centre is Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. Good choice.
That's solid. I like that lineup.
Mike,
That floor is spread.
Mike, you took Jason Kidd as your guard. Your shooting guard was T-Mac. Your small forward, Scottie Pippen. Your power forward, Kevin Garnett. And your centre, Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. So, and I don't think you didn't have a first round. You didn't have a first round pick in any of the categories.
No, didn't need it.
You traded. I thought you traded up. You traded up to second, didn't you? Didn't
I
need it.
traded up to second, yeah.
Doesn't need it. Trust the process. That's it. Adds my man, Allen Iverson as your guard. Shooting guard for ads, Reggie Miller. Small forward for ads was Dominic Wilkins. Power forward, Sir Charles Barkley. And your centre was Bill Russell. I should have written it down. Once it's in ink, mate, you can't change it. No. So Bill Russell, Josh. We've done you already. That's just me then, isn't it? Oscar Robertson was my point guard, which I'm very happy with. I thought he'd go higher than that, but then I'm old, I suppose. Kobe, my shooting guard. Dr. J, my small forward. Another player I thought would go higher. Tim Duncan, my power forward, who I definitely thought was going to go higher. And centre, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And that is the draft in the books. I'm interested to know what team you want to be.
Mine.
Hang on a minute. Have we done this? And LeBron James's name has not been mentioned once.
He's not retired.
What I mean is, even in I don't think we even said the word LeBron James in a.
Yeah, we did. I Woj bombed. Fake,
Yeah, that's right.
fake Woj bomb. It was such a memorable joke.
I'd still pick Larry, to be honest. But there you go. That's just
you know, your Pabs, your 5 actually on my depth chart were 3 number 2 picks and 2 number 1 picks. On my depth chart. But again, that's just me being
the best team. Is that what you're saying?
You have a very solid team, Babs. Be honest.
I'm so lucky with Tim. Timmy Duncan's turned it round. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with somebody else.
I was so torn between Timmy and KG. Well, and Russell and Wilt as well.
So there we are. Thank you very much, fellas. It's been a pleasure. We'll be back as well soon. Obviously, the NBA is just around the corner, so we'll try and get together and preview. Fingers crossed. We'll try and get together and preview when we know a little bit more about who's going to be playing, who's been tested, who's failing tests, all that kind of stuff. It's all going on right now. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Ads. Thank you, Josh. Take it easy, and we'll speak to you soon.